Welcome back. This is Empower, where we focus on people and workplace. Before we took a break, Pastor, we were talking about self-awareness because we are looking at the social aspect. Why should I reflect on my social aspect as a person, even as I close the year? And you're saying that the managers, you're taking them through emotional intelligence because it's good to be self-aware so that you're able to manage yourself.
Absolutely.
And you're able to manage others.
Absolutely.
Maybe you can continue from there about the social aspect.
Absolutely. Because Jesus said, try to summarize the 10 Commandments, said, they are summarized into 2. You shall love the Lord, your God, with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength.
Yes.
And the second one, which is equally important, he says, you shall love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Yes.
So you cannot love your neighbor until you know how to love yourself.
Yes.
Which is extremely mean that, it basically means that you have to, first of all, be aware about yourself.
Yes.
Then you can be able to project and affect and infect others with what you are.
Yeah.
You can only affect others to the extent of who you are. You know, if you are lethargic, one who is angry quickly, you don't have positive energy, then most likely even you're in a relationship with others. That's what you shall project. So it's very important that first of all you know yourself, appreciate who you are, understand the gap, work even on your weaknesses and areas that you think require to be remediated, and then you can actually be able then to relate with others. At the workplace, you have very lethargic and what I would call difficult employees, and they affect the mood of the whole organization. They affect the engagement levels and the motivation, and even you know, motivation is related directly to productivity. So, and that comes because you have lethargic employees and what you call very difficult employees. But nonetheless, if they discovered themselves and start working on those areas that possibly need to be required to be worked on, possibly is your hot-tempered. Maybe you don't watch on your words. You can throw words around which you know kind of hurt other employees. Possibly you are too forceful. Your style of management is kind of dictatorial. You don't want to bring in the views of others. You just want to say this is the way it is, either my way or the highway. And all those are negative vibes. They create negative vibes in the workplace. Equally you'll find them in church. And they manifest in various ways.
That's true.
So it is very important that the church becomes a social place. It's a family. It's where everybody feels at home. And also the workplace, because you spend the bulk of majority of your time at work. So actually your workplace is actually a family. So you need to create an environment that is very social, very accommodating, very homely. And at that level, the productivity actually shoots up. So it's important that you have good relationship and social relationships at workplace.
Amazing. And I think it's such a critical element because you work with people.
Sure.
And the moment you're not able to interact well, then you lose it.
It's true.
And I think sometimes we make mistakes because sometimes we think, okay, as long as I'm good at what I do, I don't care, these other things. But you should care.
You should care very much. In fact, as a HR professional, I always feel, I always subscribe to the views that I recruit for attitude and train for skills. Because skills can be learned, but attitude is very difficult because sometimes it's inherent in the person. And you can bring a high flyer, you know, a very good, very intelligent, high IQ kind of a person who is performing very well. The sales numbers are just wow. But he's leaving a lot of people hurt on the way to get his sales target. And before long, you'll not have an organization. So attitude is extremely important. So you go for people who are teachable. I always say you look for people who are fat, F-A-T, you know, someone who is faithful to the organization, someone who is available, and someone who is trainable. That's a good mix. And with that kind of a mix, you can take that employee anywhere. And the productivity will be huge, you know, both ways. On the side of the organization as well as as an individual. Unfortunately, in church, you don't do that. So in church, you have to allow everybody.
And accommodate me.
Says, come to me, oh, you that labor. He doesn't say some and certain others. Someone was telling me, when you throw the net into the sea, it catches everything. Including frogs. They all come. So,
now it's to pray for grace to manage
and
all.
Jesus said, let the wheat and the what, the wheat,
the tares,
the tares, let them grow together.
Yes.
So the church is different. You have to accommodate all of them and love them equally. Have a big heart and have a big tomb where you bury everything. So you don't have to remember. And move on.
Wow, social relationships are very important in the workplace. Okay, let's look at the mental aspect of this person, the mindset, maybe the development in such aspects. As I end the year, is it really important for me as an employee or someone to just look back and think about how have I developed myself?
Desire to develop. You can grow at workplace. We have a lot of programs that are going on, even in church. Pastors are really going out of the way to put together all sorts of programs, leadership development programs, coaching program. There are a lot of programs that are running in various churches. Take part in them. Grow in that skill. Allow your pastor to guide you. Extremely important. But equally, go out of your way and look for programs that are in line with your aspiration and what you desire to be. And take those extra courses, an extra program. If you had 1 degree, go for a 2nd degree, do a master's program, do a PhD. Always see that you're developing. You can never learn enough. It's always, there's always an opportunity to learn. And to develop yourself. And today the world is so competitive. It's no longer the time when we used to say 1 degree is enough. If 1 degree is not, you need more. So for you to match the competition, you have to be the best for you to be secure a job or an opportunity. So you really have to go out of your way.
And I think you're right, with the world, the way it's moving also very fast.
Very fast.
New things coming up.
Absolutely.
You can't just say I got this, okay. You need to learn what is new in the market, what are the new trends. All those things are coming up, and I think people need to sit down and ask yourself, the year is gone. And I've come to realize if you don't do anything in a year, you realize it's too short.
Very short.
You realize, oh God, it's over, I did nothing.
Did nothing.
And I think it's good to look back. Have you grown?
Exactly.
Are you still where you are?
Exactly.
You are when you started the year.
My bishop, Bishop John Mwangi, a very progressive man of God, very visionary, has embraced a corporate leadership mentality in church, where we define our strategy and then we break that strategy into various, into our churches and into departments, the men fellowship, the ladies, the youth. All of them have very clear targets, but all of them are targeting towards delivering an overall strategy for the church. And we have evaluations, yearly evaluations, biannual and annual evaluation. And this has made the church to really take a new paradigm where we have seen exponential growth, both in terms of numerical growth, financial growth. We've seen even geographical expansions. We've seen a lot of establishment of branches and leadership development. People who are otherwise you could have dismissed them. You have realized there's a lot of potential in them. They are the future evangelists. They are your elders. They are your deacons. They are your pastors, because of you have very targeted approach to management of the church. So it's extremely important that we approach it in a very focused way and always review our performance as we go forward.
Wow, amazing. And I'm thinking about, as you speak about all this, I'm looking at the physical aspect of this person. Because sometimes we just say, okay, even you hear people saying, it's Christmas time, and then you know how I'll have it in January. But I think it is good to also reflect how you've taken care of your body.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They say that between the age of 1 and 40, the body is taking care of you. But after 40, you have to take care of the body. I'm not saying that to dismiss the fact that young
Yes.
people need also to be agile, they need to be active.
Yes.
Bodily exercise, Paul recognizes that they are
Yes.
good, writing to
Yes.
Timothy. Yeah,
It's
but
true.
spiritual as well
Yes.
is also good. But you also recognize the bodily aspect of it,
Yes.
that you need to take charge of your body. Because, and you can talk about productivity if the
Yes.
engine that is behind that productivity is sick.
You're right.
I was sharing with one of the ministers today, and I was telling her, because I usually do about 7-8 kilometers of jogging every morning. And I came back,
Yes.
and I found her outside my house, and then I was doing my exercises.
Yes.
And I told her, you know, when God says that he's going to keep you in perfect health, it doesn't mean that you go and sleep the whole day.
Yes.
It means you have to take care of yourself.
Yes.
And once you are strong, then you can go and do evangelism, you can preach for long hours, you can take care of the church,
Yes.
you can be a good minister for the longest time.
You're right.
But if you are weak, you are sick, you are in admission, you cannot do long. You know, the thing is, you become a weak vessel, though you have been designed to be strong, but because your physical strength is down, you
Yes.
can't even contribute. So your mental health is very important, your physical health is very important,
Yes.
your social health is equally important, as well as your spiritual health. All those go together.
I think it's a practical exercise that someone need to take. Like you sit down, take a pen and a paper, just go back. How have I done this?
Absolutely.
How have I gone through the year in this aspect? So in case I made some mistakes or I never cared, because sometimes we let the year just move,
Yeah.
and you never thought maybe this is important. But the physical aspect is so very important, because the moment you're not able to work, then you have issues with your employer.
Yeah.
You cannot be able to deliver. Someone may be listening to us and they realize that, okay, I think I've done nothing, I've lost it. What did you tell such a person? Because I think when I look at it spiritually, I did nothing. Mentally, I did not care. Physically, and the year has come to an end. Do I call myself doomed or what? What did you advise such a person?
It's never doomed. You could never be doomed.
Yes.
We have a God of second chances.
Yes.
There's always a second chance. The reason why you are there is because God still believes in you.
Yes.
And he knows that you can make it. So you need to believe in yourself.
Yes.
You need to turn over a new page
Yes.
and start writing afresh. Once you reflect and see that I've not made much progress, that should not kind of bring you down.
Yes.
It should be an impetus for you
Yes.
to really up your game and know that there is also an opportunity. There is always a second chance.
Wow.
Take your notes, look at the areas that you have not performed well.
Yes.
Congratulate yourself for the small areas where you
Yes.
achieved. Celebrate your small successes
Yes.
and be happy. And then determine. You need to keep focus. You should never give up. I think it's Winston Churchill who said, never, never, never give up. Even when it is too difficult and you have come to the end of yourself, you need never. That's the word. You should never give up.
Wow.
So you should always look forward to the prize of your higher calling. Always push forward. Always believe in yourself. Because Peter writes and says that God has put everything in us, everything appertaining to the kingdom, all the riches, they are all with us.
Wow.
So you just need to kind of ignite that energy in you and never give up. Keep the focus, be committed. Believe in yourself.
Yes.
And also believe in God.
Amen.
Because you have what it takes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. You have to call it a day.
Thank you.
So much, Pastor. It was great having you today. I look forward to have you again. I believe we've learned a lot today, and please sit down and look back and see where you've come from, what you didn't do well. Please do it well. And God has made us to excel, and surely we will. Have a blessed time. See you next week.